not cut services by the amount of money that you're paying.
I will assure you, services will not be cut. I will guarantee it. I just laid it out as simply as I could. You have a copy of it. Services are not being affected. Guaranteed. We're going to contract out garbage. I'm going to look into cleaning the police stations, outsourcing that. Like Chief Fantino said 7 years ago, it could save back, and this is 7 years ago, this could save $6-7 million. I have to look at how much it's going to save 7 years later. This must be close to $10 million. We have to start looking at different ways of delivering services. We have to. And if we don't look at it, nothing's going to change. I'm completely opposed when David Miller said no more ASD, which obviously is alternative service delivery. We have to look at alternative ways to deliver services.
It's a lot of money that will cut over 4 years. Accountants who have looked at it, some who we've spoken to, professors who look at municipal budgets, they're saying it's simply not possible without cutting services.
Okay, you know what? Only time will tell. I will guarantee this is realistic and it's doable. And like I said, only time will tell. You'll see how I work when I get it. Like, just, you know what it reminds me of? When I got first elected 10 years ago, you have to use this $53,000. I was told this over and over again. I said, I'm not going to. Well, you can't run for public office. You won't be reelected if you don't use your $53,000. The proof's in the pudding. I haven't used my $53,000 in the last 10 years. They said, well, you have to hire 3 and 4 staff. You know I haven't hired 3 and 4 staff. I've hired 2 staff. I've run my office efficiently, returned over 200,000 phone calls, made 10,000 home visits, and I've only had 2 staff using approximately $110,000 of my $210,000 staff budget.
You're talking about $3 billion in cuts to the size and the cost of government over 4 years. Could you lay out what the city would look like under your administration so that services
it's going to be
cut? How would it be reconfigured?
It's going to be clean. This city, the first thing I'm going to tackle is the graffiti. We're going to go down every major street, along the Gardner, every nook and cranny behind plazas. We're going to clean the city up once and for all. There's not going to be graffiti. On Queen Street, you drive in. On Dundas Street, it's covered in graffiti. There will not be graffiti. Give me 6 months, and I will guarantee there will not be graffiti. I'm going to tell these people, listen, first we're going to lead by example. All our hockey arenas, our community centers, any city building that we own is going to be cleaned up within 30 days.
It costs money to do
and
that,
then we have the people in place. There is people there. We have 44,000 employees, 7,000 more than we had when we merged the city together 13 years ago. And really, the numbers should have gone down 7,000, not up 7,000. As you know, in the private sector, you don't need 7 accountants, 7 receptionists when you merge 7 companies together. And then I'm going to tackle the businesses or the homeowners. If there is somebody has graffiti on their building, I'm going to go up, obviously we have to give them a notice of violation, so you have 30 days to do this. And if they're not going to do it, then I don't want to do this, but we have to take a no-nonsense approach. We've got to clean the city up. And then we'll have to hire our own contractors to go up and remove the graffiti.
Okay, next question.
But I think the people in the city, look at Rexdale. Ladies and gentlemen, look at it 10 years ago. There was graffiti everywhere. I encourage you to go up there. You might find a tag here or there on a mailbox, but go behind Rexdale Plaza. Go behind the Fortinos. It's spotless. And if I can do it in Rexdale, I can do it in Toronto.
Okay, can you name for us, other than contracting out, one efficiency you would find that would help you get to this 2.5%? Name one efficiency.
Through attrition, we, as you know, Kelly, 6%, approximately 6%, retire every year.
Your policy person just told us that the 2.5 is on top of the 3% attrition, so this doesn't count.
It is separate. Give me a second. We're going to go 3% hiring back. Okay, we should have done this 13 years ago, but we didn't. It's been completely mismanaged. So 6% of the people retire or leave the city. I'm going to hire back 3%. Okay? On top of that, we've got to tighten our belt up in the private sector. You can ask my brothers Randy and Doug. When we went to Chicago and New Jersey, we had to tighten our belts. In the middle of recession, we went down to Chicago and New Jersey and opened up profitable businesses. And the tightest times, we had to tighten our belt 15 to 20%. Many companies, Kelly, had to restructure in those tough times, and many have survived. we can't find 2% out of $11.6 billion budget, there's something majorly wrong. Where there's a lot of waste. You've heard me bring up, the minor savings. You can call it microeconomics, fine. We can deal with the micro, we can deal with the macro, but we have to deal with some large scale items. We've got to sell some of our surplus off. We have to. It's absolutely essential.
Are you going to cut the police budget?
No, I'm not touching I'm not going to say I'm not touching. I'm going to review every budget, but the police budget, we need our police.